All right, we back. Episode 60.
Sheesh.
A.M.University, I
Y'all
think.
doing it.
We getting there. We getting there. Episode 60, A.M.University. I'm your host, Antoine Miller. What up, Wayne?
What's going on?
How your day going, brother?
Everything good.
Looking good as always.
Lumberjack.
Yeah, lumberjack, bringing it back. NYEMIAH GILLSEPIE.
Hey y'all.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here because I'm a fan.
Man.
I'm a fan, and I love everything that y'all doing. So now that I'm on the couch, it's like I'm excited.
My girl. Me personally, I'm very excited about this one. I got a laundry list of things I want to run past you because I got my own thoughts on all of these things. But people that don't know Nye, which everybody in the city does, she's been doing a lot for the last 15, 20 years.
Oh, that make me feel old.
I know. You still remember high school?
Yeah.
Like you remember like when we was like 16, like yesterday?
Yeah. Like fast.
Like yesterday.
I'm trying to figure out how we had so much money back then. Cause like we was really like having parties, like we was together all the time, but we was doing stuff. So bowling, all that kind of stuff. Like we just had a lot of money back then.
We had money. We ain't had money though, but I don't know how. But we was doing.
We was
everything
making
we
it
wanted
work.
to do too.
Y'all was the fly guys back then, so it was like, you know.
I never thought about it that way.
Everybody wanted to hang with y'all.
Well, yeah. That's Wayne. Wayne was the guy.
Still is a guy, right?
Everybody wanted to hang with Wayne with only 936 points scored ever at Camden High. That's very impressive if you think about it that way.
In 3 years.
In 3 years. That's very impressive if you think about it that way. Let's get back on topic.
Let's go back to that real quick.
What you got, Wayne?
With the big men for the high, right? You only as big as you play, bro. Just
Currently.
stay big.
You're talking about currently.
I'm talking to you.
Oh wait. Well. I haven't talked to you since then.
I ain't
Actually,
about that. That's the past. We're talking about the future. But look,
okay.
Big man, for sure. Stay
Bradshaw.
big, bro. Bradshaw, my fault. Bradshaw. Stay big. You only as big as you play. Just stay big, bro.
That's a general observation, coach.
Stay big, man. I'm telling you. And we're going to be good.
And you know, he's
Shoot
big.
the ball, too.
He's big on and off the court. It's just funny that you bring him up because I get a text one day and he's like, hey, he's at BPLA. So he's trying to do internship. He wants to get into like mental health and counseling. And it was funny, he reached out to me. I said, well, I'm not the person, but I can put you in the right place or whatever. But he was so sweet, very determined.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a really nice, bright kid.
Yeah, he's going to be a good kid.
Yeah. Wish you guys all success. So your titles run endless in the city. Board member for the city of Camden. World-renowned dance instructor. I know a lot of people, because we live in a microwave society. Like we forget time to time how good people are at what they do. Anybody that know Nye was insanely good at dancing back in the day and still could do it now. Don't let her fool you.
I can't do it, y'all.
Don't listen to her. Nye was a monster on the dance floor, and then she started teaching, which got into their academy, which you got an academy. Like, I don't know what people say to you in the city or whatever like that. They might just be like, oh my God, what you're doing is great. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. You have an academy. You ever sit back and think of, like, you have a school.
It's crazy.
Like, think about that. Before we even get started, like,
I never saw that coming. Y'all know, dance was my thing. When I went away to school, it wasn't really the thing to do. Not graduate college, right? So I got looked down on. Oh, you didn't finish college, you know. Ooh-wah, ooh-wah. But it just wasn't my thing. I was sitting in class and I'm like tapping my feet. I'm like thinking of choreography in my head. I could never focus. So it just wasn't for me. And when I left and moved to Atlanta, I felt like I had let everybody down. Like my family, everybody. And everybody was going to look at me like, what are you doing with yourself? And then me and my mom always had this conversation about dance never really getting to the money. You need a real job. That's not it. Go to school, do social work. It was always that. Now, when I come back home and there's really no place here for me to share my talent, y'all know I volunteered for Camden High's band. That was fun for a while, but then it was kind of like I should be doing more. It wasn't there, so I had to create it. right? I didn't expect it to be such a huge thing so fast, but it was missing in the community. So it was easy, right? You put the program together and now you're like, I got a dance school. And then it just blew up. And now everything is there. Everything is...
So did it start in Atlanta or it started here?
Atlanta made me homesick.
Okay.
So that's why I came home. I'm like, something just telling me to come home. And then when I got here, it just was a void. And it was like, okay, maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I never thought it would take off so fast.
So what was the void? It was the void of the lack of dance groups out here or dance academies out here, or was it the lack of mentoring these young girls?
The lack of dance. You got to think about in that time frame, everybody had to go to Philly. Even when I was dancing here, I had to go train in Philly. When I came back, it was still the same thing. Why? And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say probably 40-50% of those companies in Philly have dancers that's from Jersey. Okay. We create that successful group for them. You understand? And Philly breed dancers like crazy, but it's a lot of New Jersey kids, Camden kids that have gone to make Philadelphia companies successful.
Cam and stand up.
Yeah, for real. And it's just like when we came back, that was my thing. I wanted all my teachers to be from here, which we had plenty of because, again, all of my friends were dancing in Philly. So it just created that thing that you're being taught here by people who are from here. It's major.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so we're saying that. I mean, all right, thanks for giving that observation of now you, if you didn't know, now you know what you do. But that gets me into the next thing, and it's funny like how many people think they want to be entrepreneurs, how many entrepreneurs. I want to first and foremost say I think we need entrepreneurship, just like you need workers, you need everything.
Agreed.
But it's a lot of entrepreneurs happening right now, a lot of entrepreneurship. But we're saying that I don't really think people know what it entails. I think it's just like we treat entrepreneurship like it's clothes that's in style.
They just
like
want
it's
to say
music that's in
boss.
style. I'm a boss. I'm doing this. Woo. But I don't really think they know what it entails. Again, you started that when it wasn't a fad. Like you started this. How old were you when you started?
I can't even remember, honestly. That had to be like 2013, 2014.
That sounds about right. You did this when no one, especially in our circle, in our generation, was even, that wasn't even a thought.
Right.
Right?
And I think that's why it was so weird. Like, I felt like an outcast for a long time because I wasn't doing what everybody else was doing. So people was going to school, they was graduating college, they was getting these jobs, and I'm not doing that. You understand? Like, I felt so weird for a long time.
What made you continue to fight through it though?
Cause it just,
I think that's really important.
I can't explain it because it was
no
like
one else.
A gut feeling. Something just said, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And then when I went to go do it, all the right things just kept falling in place. And again, there was no blueprint for me because nobody else was doing it. You understand? So I'm really figuring it out as I'm going, making the right connections with the right people. I did one fundraiser at like 6th Street that kind of like kickstarted everything. I was able to buy paint and the floor and bars and everything off of that one fundraiser. So it let me know that the love was real and all right, just keep going. So it's a different feeling when it's passion driven. You understand? That's what makes the difference.
You kind of just answered it, but I want you to, is entrepreneurship worth the hassle?
It is.
Anybody inspiring?
It is when it's your passion and when it's a need for it.
What if you just want money?
It's not going to work.
What if you just don't want to work for somebody?
It's not going to work.
Somebody told me the other day that I just want freedom. I said, well, that's really broad. What does that mean to you, actually? Like, what is freedom to you? Like, you can't just say, I want to go be an entrepreneur because I want freedom.
Freedom from what? Because if you know, entrepreneurship is the opposite of you gaining your freedom.
Speak on it. Like, I really don't think people know the process.
No.
Like, you're not punching no clock.
No.
If you get up at 11 a.m., you get up at 11 a.m.
This is a different kind of commitment. My commitment I had with my boss was like, if I feel like it that day. You know what I mean? Like, do I really feel like going in here? I'm going to call out because I don't. You know what I mean? Like, this is a commitment that's 100%, 1,000% every single day. It never stops. And I want people to understand, I tell people all the time, what makes you different from the next person is consistency. Because everybody's going to start something. It's just because they want to see if they can do it at this point, right? But can you last? Is this going to be the thing 3 years from now? And I've had people like, oh yeah, well, I want to open this and I want to do that. And then, because it's cool to get a storefront and it's cool to say like, I opened this, and because it's cool, but it's hard.
It is cool. It's cool.
It's cool. And I mean, it is cool, but it's really, really hard. And we as a people don't talk enough about the real detailed things, right? Even when it comes to the city, you open up a storefront, you need your certificate of occupancy, your insurance. You got to make sure that you go through the fire marshals and make sure that your building is up to code. All of these things matter.
All the non-sexy things.
Yeah, people that people don't talk about. And because it's cute and it's cool, and you open up and then you get shut down because this wasn't a part of your checklist from the beginning. So it's a lot of different layers to that. And that's just one thing. That's just if you own a building. You opening up a building and you selling something out your house, that still has a whole different checklist. Got to make sure that you got your LLC is registered with the state and the city. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be responsible when it comes to accounting. People don't think about that.
Is those things hard to do, or is it easy to forget?
Say that again, Wayne.
Are they hard to do, or are they easy to forget?
A little bit of both, honestly.
I think that depends on the person.
And that's true. Because if you get so obsessed with money, you're just worried about it coming in. You're not worrying about if you're putting it in the right place, if you're doing the right thing with it, are you paying the right people? You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different level when it comes to that. Okay. Yeah.
I think it's impossible to be a successful entrepreneur with money as your primary and not actually driven passion. It's too hard. It's way too hard to get up every day. Again, you don't got no boss.
Right.
Get up every day and consistently do these steps every day with nobody behind you, nobody on the side of you. And where we come from, you have no manual.
Right. That's
so
true.
You're really winging it, losing every day, making these mistakes, and all right, I got to pick myself up and do it again.
Yeah. It's rough. And now the program keeps growing, right? So it's one thing to get up and move for you. Now I'm moving for other people, which is the beautiful thing of it, because dance is my thing, right?
But when you say moving with other people, like, you feel like you're back to being an employee again, kind of, or it's just...
Not so much, still in the boss aspect, but because my program has worked, the script is what it is. It is now allowing me to help other people's dreams come true.
Okay.
So what I mean by that, my cousin, he's been teaching gymnastics forever. You know what I mean? And he's been down the highway, Cherry Hill Gymnastics Academy. And I'm like, you could do your own thing, right? Like, and in that, because that's his passion, it's easy for him. So I maintain the outline of it and what the business line looks like, but that's his passion. So now we have Dare to Flip. And same program, it's just gymnastics instead of dance. I don't know if I'm supposed to reveal it too soon, but I can say that we got like a Dare to Act situation about to take off soon. So it's just kind of creating that campus environment now where people can come and, be who they are and help other kids. So it's gonna be dope.
All right, with saying all that, you like, I know you get tired. Like, you just told me that I can imagine how many people you help as far as employees, as far as helping them inspire to get their dreams, like you just said, the actual little girls, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you have to get tired. And like I tell my kids all the time in basketball, I don't feel like coaching you all the time. I don't feel like mentoring you. I'm being honest with you. I don't feel like mentoring you all the time. But it's my job. It's my obligation. Right? So, we're saying that people that's in the position that we're in, just for a second, talk about the sacrifices that no one sees on Instagram or whatever that happens behind the scenes in order to make all this work that you got to endure throughout the day.
I mean, it's a lot of sleepless nights. That's one. It gets challenging when you add in the life stuff, right? Like I never expected to have a kid. That threw a different kind of formula in for me. When I didn't have him, I was accessible 24/7.
Yep.
I didn't even think I could get tired really before I had him. So I was quick to jump and help people and answer emails and calls whenever because I was available. After having him, I had to create boundaries. Whoa, I'm not answering emails or calls after 6:00. Like,
how you doing with that? The balance?
Horrible, but
nah, I mean it's a real thing. That's a real thing.
It's horrible.
That's a real thing.
Cause there is no real designated time.
My stomach growling.
You hungry, Wayne?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Man, Wayne.
We gotta get Wayne some food.
All right, gonna get Wayne.
But
Gonna get Wayne some food.
I mean, it kind of mixes in now. I could be answering the email and he could need or want something at the moment, and I kind of gotta reset. You know what I mean? So like, it's different. But even when you think about, I just had this moment recently. Your passion kind of fades a little bit. And it's a scary feeling, right? And it's not because you don't want to do it anymore. You're just tired. And I constantly need, or I really get when I need it, a reminder of why I started in the first place. And be it kids, be it parents, just somebody off the street and saying, I appreciate this. You know what I mean? It boosts me up all over again.
Tell me why would you ever feel that way, like that it kind of fades? Because it's more starting to get more like work instead of the initial inspiration that it had. Like, and I'm saying this because it happens to all of us. Like we do need reminders, but why though? Like, why?
It could be for a bunch of reasons, right? I'm a big energy person, and the energy just could be off for me consistently, maybe up to a month. Sometimes is how long it'll last. And I just need a respark in energy. And then appreciation plays a big part of it.
For sure.
When people appreciate something, it will make you keep going, regardless. And that's not saying that I don't get that, but sometimes people don't really see all the work that you put in. And it's like, I don't do this for the money. I do it for the kids. And I would hope that that's evident, like you would see that, but that's not true all the time in certain places. So you do get tired, and it's more of a drain. You understand? Because you're giving all you got and nothing's coming back. And not that you wanted to, but sometimes you need it to know, like, I'm on the right path, I'm doing the right thing. Somebody is learning and receiving from my energy, and then it makes it all worth it. So you kind of gotta be in a place to where you have something that can bring you back. If you don't have that, you know what I mean? If you don't get appreciation, or if nobody ever acknowledges what y'all doing at A.M.University, you understand that you know, like, oh, this is my reason. It's like a little battery pack in the back. So I have that, you know what I mean? And it was always just to make a difference in my city. So whether people say thank you, we love you, we appreciate it, my daughter's doing amazing, I know my why is right here. And now some days if I'm tired, I might not even want to look at the box. I'm like, you know what, tomorrow. So you have your days, but it is always something that's right there that's like, this is why you started it in the first place.
Okay.
I feel like I'm getting off topic.
No. You're actually directly on topic with the next thing, because I would love to hear your response to this and Wayne's. Price points with parents. Price points with parents in the city of Camden, any urban community across the world. Price points for when you have a business. I feel like, first of all, I know what you charge. Very reasonable. I'm going to just use that type of terminology. Extremely reasonable prices for the skill set that you bring to the table. With saying that, start with Wayne. Are we doing a disservice to the black community by charging reasonable / below reasonable prices for your expertise?
That's funny because I'm the guy that went the discount because I know you. I went the discount.
Thank you for saying that, Wayne. Continue.
If I could see myself on the other side of the desk, you know, I don't know. If I'm extremely reasonable already, and you still want a discount?
Yes, sir.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Depending on who you are. It depends on who you are.
Before I go, let me give you an example. Wayne is the greatest shooter that ever blessed this United States of America.
That's fact.
Wayne wants to hold tutorials and training and camps for kids to come learn how to shoot. If you have 5 to 7 sessions with Wayne Smalls Jr., you will be deadly. Guaranteed.
That's facts, though.
I want a discount, Wayne. You charge it.
You twine for Charlie?
No, yes. No, that's even better. No, yes. Let's say your standard price, your standard fee for a session was $100. Wayne, I got 40. I got 35, 40. Something like that.
All right, take that.
You 40. My man, bro.
Take that 40.
Can you train my daughter?
Take that 40. Give me a 6-pack of O'Doul's and some peanut chews, and have that for me after I get done with her. That's what I'm telling you.
So you essentially charge me $45 and some change.
Anything.
Like
I want you to give me something to eat.
Cause I'm your man.
You're my man.
And you think that's okay? You're the greatest shooter that ever blessed this country.
You my man's though. So now, let's say somebody that I just know from Camden. I just know them. They getting the 100. They gotta get the 100. Like no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Might be 115. Cause 7 sessions. That's tough. That's 7 times I'm taking out a day out of my life. You got a lot of people that mess with you heavy. 7 out of 10 of those people that walk in there is like me. Nah, I wouldn't say that. My circle was so small, man.
That was a bad example.
It might be a period.
Yeah, that was a bad example. But okay, so if it's your man's, you giving discounts?
Yeah, maybe free.
NYEMIAH, what do you think in general about this? Because I'll start before you go. I do think that we're doing a disservice to our black community by charging cheaper prices. Because I want to say this with a caveat. Obviously, we live in Camden. We're from Camden. It is certain situations that's terrible. They literally can't afford it. But it's a lot of other situations where, what's that? Is that Sneaker Villa now? Whatever it's called. The old Sneaker Villa, lines around the corner. The parents still go out every Friday to drink. Hair and nails is always done, but they can't afford your prices
for their kid.
So I was just about to say that. I hope we got a good amount of time because this is a lot of time. This is going to be a while, right? And I hope I don't say anything to offend anybody.
You will.
Because that's the truth. People pay for what they want to pay for, right? And I was in that space to where this is about my people. This is for my people, right? The disservice part is because one, we got overhead, right? I still got to pay electric. I got to pay rent.
Everybody knows that.
All of this, right? You
got it for free.
So I still have to make sure that I keep the lights on. So where I was like, oh, you don't got to pay the full price, or I can help you out. I can find somebody to help out. Like, that was me. That's me. And that's why I built a team. Because now I don't even work the front desk. Because if it was up to me, I'm waiving fees all the time. So I had to build a team in front of me that just didn't take no for an answer. Like, this is due. You read this book. You signed the contract. You know what you signed up for. So there's really no excuse. So that is important because people will pay for what they want to pay for. I've seen parents say, I don't have it right now. And I'm, all right, I understand. And then turn around and be on the island the next day.
That's hurt.
It's just
the next day.
The next day. So it's priorities, you know what I mean? And some people may not really understand the benefit of dance for their kids or gymnastics for that matter. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to put your foot down. Because what does that do for us? You understand? And again, if you like me, all my money after my overhead goes right to community. You understand? And I don't have to really say it because I show it. So people ever ask, where my money going to? Don't look no further, because I got this toy drive coming up. The trunk or treat is coming up. Like the back to school drive is here. So I'm not a money person. But that goes back to our original question when we started. When you make stuff about the money, that's when things get a little fuzzy. I don't do it for the money.
It's not about the money. It's not about the actual transaction. I think it's more about the principle, because if we go to Cherry Hill and Morristown and we tell them this and they say this is the price, we're paying that price.
All the time.
We're not asking questions to people in Morristown and Cherry Hill. But we got 7 questions for Wayne Smalls Jr. about his fees and his program and down the line.
Yeah.
You tell me, why is it?
Why is it? I'm trying to think real quick. I don't know. That's why I'm Camden. I love Camden. I ain't going out there.
I love Camden too, but with an asterisk though, like, because we got some stuff with us, bro. Like,
we do.
We got some stuff with us.
Tell me about it.
And it's like, I don't know about you. I still don't honestly know how to navigate it in totality. Like,
so I did like a special probably like 3 years ago. We had just moved into our new space, and it was about Camden receiving the respect they deserve, right?
Nationally or what? Like
you could say nationally, because my clientele now comes from all over, North Jersey, down the highways. You know, people be like, "How many Camden kids you got?" I got a few, but a lot of my clientele comes from all over. That is a different level now for me, because you have people coming to the city. You know, before, it's too dangerous, I don't want to go there, I'm scared, all of that crazy stuff. But now you have to come here because I offer the best service in the tri-state. You understand? I have the cheaper prices than any dance school in the tri-state. So I got people that drive down every Saturday from North Jersey, right? And you come to Camden. And it's just like, people on the outside looking in can appreciate it more than the people that's right here. And I haven't found an answer for why, really, but that's a thing. And I take pride in it, because now people have to respect the city of Camden. Oh, where your daughter go to dance school at?
Out there
in Camden?
Yeah.
In Camden, it's kind of taken aback. And then when they post all the videos and stuff, it's like, oh, that's
in Camden?
Yeah. You kind of got to force people to, give that respect. And it's sad because the people that's here don't really get that yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's right here. It's around the corner. So I guess it doesn't really matter.
You about to do with Kip, right? You about to have the people coming to Kip
to
play for Coach Miller.
Right, but going back to Nas, because that's a definite solution to it. But the other one is, this is the product, and we're not bending for anyone. Like, let's say Kip, right? First year program, them parents don't know me, them kids don't know me. I sat them all down, I said, this is the standard. If you don't like it and it's not for you, go. Right? It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is the way it's gonna be. In 2 to 3 years, you'll understand why this is the way it's gonna be. Let's go deeper, right? With prices, the Camden Elite, right? I don't mind saying it. Like, I charge $650 a kid. If you Google search any AAU program in America, you will not find a cheaper rate than $650. I think the average is around $1,000 per kid.
That's about right.
You will not find a cheaper rate, right? I'm better than those people. And I'm going lower. I'm not bending on my price, because you're already getting a cheaper rate and you're getting better teaching than the people that's charging you $1,000 and $1,500.
And you're not questioning it.
Oh, me or them?
No, the parents not questioning. They not questioning.
Oh no, they'll question. They question. That's what I'm saying. They question. I'm from the city, so they ask me 15, 20 questions, and I don't take it personal. I just make sure they have practice so they can see the product.
Right.
Because I'm finding my skill set. Like, I'm not the person. It's a lot of people that just talking and they're gonna get your 1,500 because they outside of Camden. That's what I'm saying. You're going to give it to them and they ain't even show you if they good at what they do.
Right.
I want you to sit down and watch me. I probably could show you better than I could tell you, like, type of thing. So it's like...
We as a people is so messed up, though. Like, You got to think, because if it costs more, then it has to be better.
Yeah,
That's the. Yeah,
but
that's the premise.
I think it's the people like us in these positions. Like, I don't think they're going to gain the knowledge without people like us, though. I think, like, I say this all the time. We're teaching parents just as well as we teaching kids.
Agreed.
You can't say it in front of the parent. Like, yo, I'm telling you what you need to, but you got to do it.
Right.
Like, you got to find those loopholes. Like,
but it's also based on experience, because like some of my clientele who have already been other places, when they're like, oh, I can pay $300 less and she's getting more, because then it clicked for them. You know what I mean? So it depends on where you at or who's coming to you, because some of my clients who've been to other places, they already know, like, yeah, this is it. They spending 3 times as much somewhere else, and their kids is only taking 1 or 2 classes. So it's like,
with all this information, you still doing what you said you was gonna do?
To my peoples, my close peoples, yeah, they getting that.
I guess I can see that, but you're not.
well, Wayne, when my son is of age, I'm making sure he come and shoot with.
We got it on video.
Yeah, we gonna come shoot.
I got you.
With Uncle Wayne.
But what about the tweeners though? What about the tweeners in the city that you like them? You all right with them?
$100, please. $100.
I'm just sorry. I just can't. I can't. Cause you. And that's the other thing with your dance studio. It ain't even about just dance. I can imagine the things you're pulling these girls and your staff is pulling these girls to the side and talking to them about life.
Yeah.
Like what we do is that's just the, that's just the banner.
Agreed.
We're really teaching life skills. I don't even know what the price tag could be on that. Yeah. And you're not appreciating it.
And when you look,
man.
When you look at the overall picture, it being a safe haven, the teaching of the life lessons, then you have the technique that you actually teach off the rip, the places that you take them. Some of these kids ain't been out the city. You understand? Now you're taking them to tournaments, they competing against other people, they get to see more and do more.
As a woman, as a young woman, are you kidding me? It's like, I don't even know what the price should really be.
Yeah,
for that.
And not to mention, dancing itself is teaching confidence. You know what I mean? Like that. I've seen some of my kids start off so shy, in his little shell, and become some of the greatest dancers I've ever seen. Like, I've had kids who weren't sure if dance was really their thing, and now so in love with it that they'll cry if they got to miss practice. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen this be it for kids, and it can change their spirit, their mindset, and that's what it's about for me. So you paying for them to get this 3-hour, 4-hour lesson.
And it's 4 hours a session? It's like 4-hour practice?
It depends. So, like, our babies, with 3 to 5-year-olds, they come 2 hours a week on a Saturday. I had people ask me, well, how are you managing 3 and 4 and 5-year-olds for 2 hours? But it's so amazing to see them at the end of the year do 4 complete dances that their little brains can memorize, put character to. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing that gets me going, because people tell me, oh, they can't do that. Or I've had parents say, I don't know if she's going to really fit. She's not really into that kind of thing. And then come June, they like, I didn't even know that was my kid. You know what I mean? So it's really a thing. Like, and I can say that because I love dance, but same for my son. He just started basketball probably 3 weeks ago. His first little practice, I called Kevin Walls because I think he gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm just excited because, not because he even had the skill, he ain't strong enough. He can't really make a basket because he don't have the power. You understand?
Not yet.
But he can comprehend the action. Yep. So that was enough for me. But I guess it depends on, like, the parent, like, and what you see in your kid, because he might not be the best, but the skill set he can comprehend, and that's enough for me.
You take it all the way through life.
So crazy.
It all the way through life. Let's end with this. I should let Wayne go last. I'm gonna let Wayne go first. What advice would you give your 16-year-old self? If you could go back.
16. What grade is that?
Junior.
Junior. Wow.
For some people.
That's funny. I was just telling somebody I wish I can go back to either my junior year or 8th grade year. I was like, take me either one of those 2 years. Mm-hmm. But my junior year, what we talking about? Just in life in general.
Any way you want to
slow down. Slow down, Wayne. Slow down. Everything gonna be there when you get there. Slow down. That's what I would say.
Just that cut and dry.
Yeah, slow down.
Just slow down.
Yeah, slow the fuck down.
You think you was moving too fast.
Oh man,
that's what that means.
Yeah.
Slow down for what? To see like what? Why you think you needed to slow down?
I think at 16 I should have been 16, 17 I should have been 17, 18 I should have been 18, like that. 16 I was probably like 36.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Okay. You was okay. All right. I thought about this question. I was like, I would have worked harder though. I didn't work hard at nothing at 16. Sports, education.
And to your defense though, right? I think your trauma came from Camden High basketball. Cause like after
that's a big word. Trauma?
Yes.
You think I had trauma?
Yes.
Think I still got it?
Well, you taking it out on your coaching now. Like you gonna show like I couldn't show it on the court with my skill. Now I'm gonna show it with my brain.
Okay.
But you was always a cerebral basketball player too, though. So anyway, now I forgot what I was gonna say to him. Man, what I say?
Yeah, I don't even know what did you say. Well, you said I was traumatized from
basketball. Boom. But why I was gonna say that though? See, don't do that no more. Go ahead. Here, come back.
No, I said I would have worked harder.
Oh yeah, back to that. You said you didn't work hard at nothing.
I did.
It's because after you loved basketball, it was like you wasn't getting the love, so you was kind of like, I think you were trying to figure out what you was going to do next back then. Because you was like, all right, basketball. Just like when we used to be in AU in our hotel rooms and talking, eating chicken wings at the games, you didn't talk about the games. You was talking about like, not weird stuff, but you was talking about shit that I didn't care about really. Like I'm like, why is you telling me about what's going on? Like,
or what you couldn't comprehend at the time.
Yeah, I couldn't comprehend what he talking about. Like, why are you talking about politics and shit? I'm talking about like who I just called. Like, he talking about this happened. I'm like, no, I don't know that happened.
Maybe things would have been different if I worked harder though.
You did though. Like, what you wanted to do?
I don't know. I'm just talking about like basketball and education. I'm gonna stick to that.
I think you should have just went to a different school, but that would have hurt. But you went to another school. Remember, you was very talented coming out of 8th grade. You made the All-Star game.
See, you don't remember. You don't forget anything. You don't forget anything. All right. Well, that's my spiel. NYEMIAH.
Well, wait. How are you just gonna cut that off? Because I felt like that needed a response.
What? That I made the 8th. I think it coincides with what I'm saying. I was like one of the only kids in the city from Camden that made this South Jersey All-Star game. So if that's the case, how many we had an NBA player in that All-Star game, Jason Thompson. We had Sharon, led the nation in scoring in college. Al Fisher.
Butter.
No, I'm sorry, Butter, but nah. Matt Maloney? Like, it was a lot of Division I basketball players in there. They all went and got better. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got better, but it was like, I didn't work though, bro. I didn't work at basketball. I was just
good.
Yeah, I was just nice enough to play, and that's why I am as I am as a coach. Cause like I didn't work. I wasn't nobody going to the NBA or anything like that, but I could have had a way more successful basketball education. I never read a book probably till I was in college ever. Like, I didn't take none of them classes serious.
So what is, asking as your friend, what is your passion growing up? What was your passion? Like,
I don't know.
Like you said, I
have no idea. I like basketball a lot. I hated practice. I love the games.
Mm-hmm. Like,
I love the games.
When you grew up a coach? Like, you knew
I was a kid from Camden. I thought I wanted to be a basketball player, and we grew up in the DeJuan Wagner era. That didn't help. Mm-hmm. Like, so we saw what he was doing, so it intensified it even more.
Right.
Like, so that's what you think you wanted to be. But now looking back at it, I never loved basketball ever.
That wasn't your passion.
Passion? Nah. I liked it a lot, and I liked what came with it. That's it. Which is probably why I didn't work hard. No, but I didn't work hard at anything. So I don't know what my passion was. I didn't know what my passion was in college. I was
So
just
do you know
winging
what
it.
it is now?
Absolutely, it's 100%. If it's, I can't. I told somebody this the other day. There ain't many things I could do in life. I know kids. I know basketball. Period. Like that's it. That's it. I'm great at those things. That's it.
And that's crazy because if I had to tell my 16-year-old self anything, it was just to keep being you. Keep doing what you feel like you're supposed to be doing. Because I knew all this time. Like a couple of my friends would say, you've been saying this forever, that you wanted to open your own dance school. Like this is what you wanted to do. And I let society, I let people, you know what I mean? I let my environment control that part of my life for me. High school, I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to college. I didn't really want to, you know what I mean? But I felt like the odd man out.
Yeah.
So I would just keep telling myself, like, stick to what you know. You ain't doing nothing wrong. It felt wrong at the time because nobody else was doing it. But I knew all along what I was supposed to be doing. Just worried about everything and everybody else, really.
Go ahead.
What was your own major in college? Was it like
Social work?
The social work.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went for social work. I found out I could minor in dance, so I did that. And then I got like C's and D's in social work and straight A's in dance. Like it was like, what am I doing here?
I want to close with saying we appreciate you because for what you just said, you went against all odds. You went against what everybody said you should be doing.
Crazy.
You know how hard that is as a 20-year-old, 24-year-old. It's like, and you trusted God, you trusted your intuition, and you went for it. And because of that, we have all these beautiful little girls that's going to be better women because of your program. And it might not have been that way if you would have listened to everybody else.
I agree. I'm glad y'all had me. I was nervous at first, but this was cool. I want to come back.
Nah, I ain't gonna get it. I love this girl, man. Y'all don't understand.
Nah, this is crazy because this is now we on camera. You can edit this.
Still on. We keeping it.
Cause if you look at it right and
Water.
Yeah.
y'all know that you gotta get Wayne some food.
I got some food right now.
Y'all know the circle, right?